So getting started with defining what is essential balancing, I do need to take a moment and just frame up this question and talk about how revenue flows inside Roomkey before we define essential balancing. So revenue flow in Roomkey is tracked based off of the guest reservation status. And we have 3 receivable accounts that we use to track revenue based on this status. So the first one is the AR guest account. And this is where revenue is collected while the guest is in-house. So when you post a room charge, it appears as a debit in the AR guest account. If you take payment for that room charge while the guest is in-house, that appears as a credit in the AR guest account. Now, this may be renamed in your database. It may be called guest or guest ledger or some variation of that, or a numerical code. Now, if you collect revenue before a guest arrives, things like an advance deposit or prepaid reservation, instead of crediting the AR guest account, that will actually go into deposit holdings. And that revenue is held for the guest checks in. Now, when the guest checks in, that deposit is transferred to the AR guest account. That happens automatically when the front desk agent clicks check-in for a reservation that has a prepayment or deposit on file. Now, for guests that are already in-house but are not paying for their own room and tax charges, those charges may be transferred to a city account on behalf of the organization or company that the guest is traveling with. This process may also be called direct bill. This is where guest room charges are owed after the guest has checked out. So we use a code called the City Ledger Transfer to transfer those charges to the AR City account. And that's where we can hold revenue owed to the hotel after the guest has checked out. So throughout the day, guests are checking in, checking out, we're taking payments and transferring charges. So revenue is constantly flowing in and out and transferring between these 3 accounts. And because of that, at the end of the day, we need to have a process to verify that the end of day balance or balance out of these 3 accounts is accurate. And that's where essential balancing comes in. This is our method of daily account reconciliation for those 3 receivable accounts listed here: deposit holdings, AR guest, and AR city.